Let's talk about music. I dig blues music. We don't like children's music. No.
What music are you into? I like this. It's very grown up.
4ZZZ, home of grown-up music.
Ah, yes, grown-up music at a grown-up time of day on a grown-up day of the week. You're listening to 4ZZZ's Goldilocks Folk. Southside-based band Stapylton Street have roots in folk, pop rock, reggae and country rock. Gigging in Brisbane, they've recently released their debut single, Cadillac. I have singer-songwriter Jed here with me for a chat. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Now, I believe this is your first time here at 4ZZZ.
It is.
Welcome to the family.
It's a funky little place.
It
it's very
is.
cool in here.
It is. Now, tell us a bit about the musical journey to date of Stapylton Street, how you guys came to be. If this was your debut single that you've released, you probably have some history from before that. Is that right?
Yeah, this song is this song was written before Stapylton Street.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a goodie, and we thought, we'd record it after all this time. But yeah, as a band, I think my timeline's pretty bad, but I think about 5 years. People are going to correct me on this, but
that's right. In the past.
I guess there's 3 of us who are in the original lineup. Bass player Baz, I'm going to do a shout out. So Baz and Ange. Ange is the drummer. Hey guys. Also Tom, Farmer, how are you? They're probably listening and taking the piss out of me right now.
You can send an SMS to 0420 626 733 if you'd like for me to read that out on live.
Anyhow, yeah. So there were 3 of us for a bit, and Farmer, he plays trumpet, keys, and he's a school teacher at a music teacher at a high school, so he can play a bit of everything, which is great for us.
There's a few of the local bands that have, people from that occupational group.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you gotta, yes, and the gig finishes at 10 o'clock so we can sleep.
We like an early finish. We're all of that age.
So a nice bit of an evolution over time, hey?
It is, yeah. So I guess this band started with 3 of us, and then Farmer came along. We actually knew each other through my workplace. I used to coach tennis, and I taught his kids, and he jumped in for a little gig we did for the tennis club itself, and he jumped up, played trumpet for a couple of songs, and we're like, oh man, we need a trumpet.
Yeah. You're now one of us.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I guess we've been through a couple of lead guitarists, but we're pretty happy at the moment with Tom. He's just come on board this year.
Just pretty happy, Tom.
Sorry,
not trying to break the band up. No Yoko Onoing here.
Very happy with Tom.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's basically the history, I guess, of how we started. And
Now, I hear you guys get a bit of a rousing appreciation from a crowd. They like to move and groove. Is that right?
That's kind of what we get off on, if we can make people move. So COVID has been a struggle at times with that. It's you get your vibe off everyone. So I guess, we try and make it upbeat, dancey. Lately when we do get a gig where people can dance, we love it. That's why we play.
Have you seen any particularly good chair dancing?
We've encouraged a bit of that. There's some good grinders out there.
Yeah, and that's, of course, not dancing with a chair. That's dancing on a chair.
Yeah, people have to think outside of the box a bit sometimes, don't they? But,
I went to a few gigs last year, and I think another one this year, and one of them was the same band playing 2 separate events, and each of them, like all 3 of them were, sit the beep down. So I'm all like, yeah, try, go for the dancing on the chair. Bit of fun. Definitely works out different muscles.
Yeah, I bet.
But I'm looking forward to the fact that we're now back into a space, even maybe temporarily, knock wood, that will be able to have a bit of a groove, because that's what I love about live music myself, is having a move.
That's what we love too. We're playing Rick's this Friday out the back, and I think dancing is back on.
As of Friday night,
wrong.
4 o'clock it was.
Yep.
We'll see how it travels.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Everyone out there, take your left hand, wrap your middle finger over your index finger. I didn't think that through very well. You're listening to Goldilocks Folk on 4ZZZ. My name is Tina. I'm chatting with Jed from Stapylton Street. What is your personal favourite track to play live? Do you have one that gives you that vibe that you were just talking about from the audience?
Yeah, we've got a new one. What's it called? Home. It's a very live music vibe, quite dancey, and we've decided to finish all of our sets on that song because it's very uplifting.
Nice. So if you go to a gig at Stapylton Street and you don't hear Home, you'd be like, encore, encore, because you know they're holding out on you.
That's right.
Do you keep it for the encore?
We've actually only been asked to, demanded of an encore a couple of times, and then we're like, oh crap, we've done all our strong ones. So we've gone, no, sorry, we're out of time,
All right. Tip for between now and Friday. Find that extra little gem that's really great that you can hang on to just in case.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Even if you don't get called back to the stage, just go back on the stage, and so long as they haven't killed the mics and all of the sound, you'll be good.
Yeah.
Now, I'm the type of audience member who sings along with tracks I know well. I've been to a few events, and every once in a while I don't realise that I'm not in the dark, and I actually recognise that someone on the stage is like not pointing at me, but they can see that I'm like into their music like that.
Yeah.
Do you guys have that with any of your tracks as yet, where you see people, other than that movement, there's something else that gives it back to you?
It's pretty much just our friends and family that we drag along that know lyrics. God bless them, they keep coming.
Yay.
So that's a buzz, but I guess the real buzz will be when a stranger actually is mouthing your lyrics. That'll be a real buzz.
Yeah.
So maybe one day.
Nice. Now, what should people expect from your live performance on Friday at Rick's? What time do you kick off? Is it like knock-off time, or is it later?
I think it's around 7. We're doing a double set.
Oh,
this
nice.
Friday, so we need the money.
Honesty is great. I love that.
So 2 sets starting from it's 7 or 7:30.
Cool.
2 45-minute sets with a bit of a break in between.
Nice. So it's not super late, which is good. So if you're like, oh man, I got to work on Saturday, or I really need to sleep in, you can go and enjoy.
At least the first set. Yep.
Yeah. And the backyard is also, as you can probably imagine, an outdoor area, which means that if you are a little bit COVID anxious, you can certainly potentially find yourself a little bit of space, which makes you feel less worried. I know that that's certainly something that Sydney and Melbourne and New South Wales, Victoria are going to go through at some stage soon, is that I've liked being at home by myself or keeping masks on. I'm a bit scared of what might happen.
Yep.
So, yeah.
There'd be a bit of that.
We're going to play the single next.
Oh, cool.
Cadillac. What's been the inspiration behind the song? You said that it's had a bit of a life. Maybe we don't want to. I didn't check that question before I went to air.
No, all good.
It's about an ex that I don't talk about ever again.
We only have a few kind of deep and meaningful songs, and this isn't one of them, to be honest. It's I guess lyrically it's just a story of it's like a stupid Hollywood story, really, like a guy in a band going out with some hot chick who's trying to be a model superstar or something, and her career's taking off and leaving him behind, and he's kind of deciding whether to kind of just live in her shadow and have a cruisy whatever, or to go out on his own and live out his dreams, or attempt to anyway. So I guess the message behind it is to not live in anyone's shadow. I guess.
Wow, that's a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be, and I
It's
like that.
It's a dumb story with a little bit of a meaning behind it, I guess.
How can people keep in touch with all things Stapylton
Oh,
Street?
jeez. We're Facebook.
Where are you?
We're Facebook and
Yep.
Instagram.
Yep, cool.
So Stapylton Street Music.
They're easy to find.
Yeah.
If you follow Goldilocks Folk on either of those platforms, you will be able to find Stapylton Street from the posts that I have made. And we've
Cool,
got a cool
thank
little
you.
post with the mural coming up soon as well. I meant to post it before the interview, but it didn't really happen.
Didn't get there.
Would you like to introduce the track for everybody?
Oh, okay. From Stapylton Street, this is Cadillac. I'm a